Hello everyone and welcome back to the Data Structures and Algorithms course. So this is the last video of the entire course and we will just wrap up what we did throughout this course. So we had 16 lectures which we covered in this course and each of them were about 30 minutes long. We introduced various example problems throughout the lectures which helped us in a better understanding of the course. So these were the entire lectures. So let's go through them. So in lecture 1, we talked about recursion, how a function can call itself recursively, and how that can be used to solve multiple problems. Then we talked about the time complexity. So in an ideal world, we want to reduce the time complexity. So this is where our programming capability comes in. So we want to generate a code with which takes the least time to execute. So how to calculate the time complexity of a given code. So that all we did in lecture 2. Then we analyzed some algorithms, followed by sorting. So sorting was, there were multiple methods of sorting. So we used how to sort data. Then we had linked list, which was another data structure. So introduced classes and linked lists. Then various types of linked lists. So we introduced a circular linked list and then double linked list, which could be linked from both sides. Then we talked about the concept of stacks, so one on top of another. Then we talked about queues, which were so stacks was first in and last out, and then queues are first in first out. So those were the difference between stacks and queues. So we talked about them and which are used when. Then we talked about the structures trees. So there were root node, internal nodes, and all. So we talked about trees. Then special kind of trees. So one was binary search trees. So what was the special conditions for a tree to be binary search tree and how to create them, how to modify them. So we discussed all that in lecture number 10. Then lecture number 11 we talked about another special type of trees known as avial trees. So since they were a bit complicated, we did not discuss about the code, but we discussed about example problems and we talked about the logic of avial trees. Then we talked about trees, but in array forms. All up till here, we were talking about trees using linked lists, but in heaps we used arrays as a base structure. So we use heaps. So we talked about Huffman coding next. So we learned how to encode and decode our data using Huffman trees, how to create Huffman trees, and how we use that to encode our data. Then after all this, we went into graphs. So we talked about the introduction to graphs and real life applications of where graphs are used. And then we discussed about two traversal techniques, which was the depth first search and the breadth first search. So that with all that we completed our entire course. So these were the major topics. So there would be a final quiz. So to attend this final quiz, there would be a Google form link in the video description. So from that you can open this, and if you are able to obtain 60% marks or more in that quiz, you will be given a certificate signifying that you have completely passed this course. So the quiz consists of 20 questions, and you will be given 20 minutes, which will be MCQ types. So do give this quiz. So prepare well first, and then after that you can give this quiz. So that was it for the data structures course. Thank you for being part of this entire course and attending all these lectures. And this is the final goodbye from me. So bye bye.